Hello, my name is Bill and welcome to MindYourCrypto. Today I have HOLOCHAIN hot update. Let's see what it will do and if we've bottomed out, guys. Of course, if you want to proceed quickly to the price prediction, you can do it. I have the timestamps. HOLOCHAIN against USDT price analysis, guys. If you want to stay here and do the technical analysis with me, taking it step by step, then you can join me. And of course, you can join our Telegram group chat where we discuss more and more. Of course, I would love to if you can hit the like button and subscribe as well. Thank you for your support. Let's now see the red behind the red background and the white letters are the resistance levels, and the white background, the red letters, are the support levels. Where are we? Right now we are at 0.5, as you can see, cents, 0.005, and I believe that we might be going here, we might not, but this is another major support level, the 0.004, around there, guys. This support level that was previously a resistance level. You can see here it is a very clear support level, and we will see if we will get there. If we see a swing high from Bitcoin, then we might get back to this resistance or even this. We will see about that, and we will check how far above we can go afterwards. So let's go to the MACD, and in the MACD, this thing is what I like. Back, guys, from 28th April, HOLOCHAIN had lower lows. You can see here on the MACD, we had lower lows in the 4-hour frame. I don't care about bearish crosses as much as I care about lower lows. For example, here we've seen it multiple times that we see a bearish cross and then we go like that and then upwards. Okay, for the blue line, it doesn't matter that the blue line goes sometimes beyond the orange line. What it matters most is that we don't want to see lower lows on the MACD, because as you know, when the blue line is beyond the signal line, the orange line, we are having a bearish situation. But we mainly focus on the daily frame, and if on the 4-hour frame we can see some higher highs and higher lows. Eventually what we don't want to see here is falling behind. If we fall beyond, then we might hit some lower lows as well for HOLOCHAIN. Let's go now to HOLOCHAIN against USDT, guys, in the 4-hour frame, and look at this. Look at the RSI. It is now again below the 30. But this means, guys, this doesn't mean that we are having a buying opportunity. Unfortunately, with Bitcoin crashing so much, with the crypto space being so much on a retracement, right now, what do we have? We might have below 30 level, we might see a swing high, but a low swing high before we go back down again. So in a bearish market, in bearish scenarios, we are seeing very low highs. So for example, here the high was 42 RSI inside this purple area. But when we are in a bullish run, guys, you see this. You see this high RSI and higher lows for the HOLOCHAIN. You can see that, okay? So right now we are approaching an oversold situation, as we call, when we go below the purple area. But that doesn't mean we have a buying opportunity. Unfortunately, if Bitcoin was stable, or if it was going upwards or a little bit downwards, but not this crash, guys, not this massive crash, then we could say we have a buying opportunity here. Let's see the commodity channel index. It is about the same, guys. You can see that we are going down. What we don't want to see is hit approaching this level. We want to see something like this for the commodity channel index, then going back, then going a little bit down, then going back up. If we want to see a swing high or a momentum shift, that's what we need to see. So right now, according to the SSL channel, these two lines are the SSL channel indicator. We are having the red line above the green line in the 4-hour frame. Therefore, not a buying opportunity, okay? But we will see what we might have with Bitcoin. Let's go now to HOLOCHAIN against USDT in the daily frame. As long as we are having a very impulsive wave, we are going along with this top line trend, okay? Because right now you can see that we were approaching the top line all time ago. When we overextend the bottom line, the top line, sorry, of the Bollinger bands, then we are going back inside, we retrace. So here, guys, what we saw is that we were overextending the bottom line of the Bollinger bands. You can see here, we were overextending the bottom line of the Bollinger bands. And therefore, we are now going down into the Bollinger bands. Usually, normally, if we have this, if we overextend the bottom line, we are having a buying opportunity. However, this is not the case because we are facing a very bearish situation, a very bearish a situation right now due to the Bitcoin's action, price action, that now we can't assume, even if we went here, we can't assume that we have a buying opportunity because as you can see, we are following down this particular line. So according to the RSI now, we are approaching again 30 and maybe below the 30, we will see if we can go downwards. And when we have that, we have an oversold situation, therefore we expect the RSI here sometime to go upwards, okay? So right now I will explain what will happen, and of course for the commodity channel index, this would be a great buying opportunity, guys. This would be a great buying opportunity in a stable market, even in a bearish market, but not such a bearish, not such a bottom, such a correction, huge correction for Bitcoin and the many other altcoins as well. So let's see the MACD in the daily frame, the MACD in the daily frame. Huge story here, guys. I told you if we see a bullish cross right here, then we might actually go upwards. What we saw is getting rejected by the signal line, by the orange line, and then going downwards again. So now we are still bearish. We are not seeing the blue line going above the signal line. If we had a bullish cross and a nice distance between the lines, for example, the blue line going upwards but have a nice distance from the orange line, then we would say that we might have a buying opportunity again. Alright, so right here, this is what happens, and of course now we are going to HOLOCHAIN against Bitcoin. This unfortunate thing, guys, that we were underperforming Bitcoin for quite some time right now, because for many other altcoins they were outperforming Bitcoin, but HOLOCHAIN eventually was underperforming against Bitcoin. So this is the reason we went so much downwards for HOLOCHAIN. This is the reason that if Bitcoin corrects, HOLOCHAIN will correct even more. And now we hold this strong level of area of support line. You can see here on this swing high, it was a resistance level back then on 15th March, guys. That's why this price here, this action is a very, very strong support level. If we do go and fall below this, then we will be actually going to 0.60, guys, and 158, 59 around there. And we have this price label because we divide HOLOCHAIN's price to Bitcoin's price. That's all. That's why we have so many zeros, okay? So right now, if we go past beyond this, then we will actually be testing new lower support levels. And the reason we are going down is because now we are below 200 EMA. As you can see here, the white line, we are having the 20-day EMA here, crossing and going beyond the 50 EMA, another bearish scenario we don't want to see on the short term. But of course, the main reason here that I will show you afterwards is not the RSI that we are seeing lower lows and lower highs. It is not the commodity channel index, guys. It is the HOLOCHAIN against Bitcoin in the daily frame. The most bearish scenario came, and of course, we couldn't hold this support level that I always wanted to hold. So right now, we saw this bearish cross between the 10-day EMA and the 50-day EMA. That's why we are seeing HOLOCHAIN, and we might see HOLOCHAIN underperforming against Bitcoin for more. This means if Bitcoin goes to 28,000 USDT, for example, or maybe lower, or okay, it might not go there, but if it goes there, then HOLOCHAIN will go downwards soon, okay? The only possible scenario that we might see a swing high for HOLOCHAIN against Bitcoin is because we are below minus 100 for the commodity channel index. We are in an oversold situation, but even if we go upwards, we might see lower highs and therefore drop down again. So that's why we need to be patient, and of course for the RSI we are still between 30 and 70. We are still between this purple area, and we might not see a pump up soon for HOLOCHAIN against Bitcoin. We might see it correct even more. So now we are going to the price analysis, guys. Now we are going to see where potentially HOLOCHAIN could go. Because eventually, guys, if Bitcoin, I will go now to Bitcoin chart against USDT. Because this is very important to see what HOLOCHAIN will do. If we go here, guys, I am on the daily frame right now. If we go to the RSI, we are below 30. We are below this purple area. We are below 30. And actually, right now, we are about 27. Okay. When we are seeing this, the 27, there is not a time in the history. If you look at the history, guys, there is not a time that we haven't gone upwards when the daily frame was below 30. How much upwards we will go, it depends on the market, okay? It depends on the bearish trend. For example, here we will have a swing high. Eventually, we might have a swing high. I'm not sure, but we might see a swing high. but we might not go and climb on previous high levels. We might as well go here, for example, or here, okay, and stop at 44,000 USDT, or maybe around this area, 47,000, but not more. In my opinion, we might stop here around this area and then go down again. So in my opinion, even though we will see a swing high, I am not sure that Bitcoin will do all-time highs again. I believe that it will go to 28,000. That's my personal belief. And of course, guys, you can't, if you don't want to follow it, of course, it is very understandable. You know, you should have your own opinion, guys. You should do your own research. But for me, 28,000 is inevitable. And if this happens, then let's say Bitcoin will have a swing high, okay? That means that for HOLOCHAIN, we might see it going again into these levels. If we have a swing high from Bitcoin, yes, it will go again back up, but then it will fall down and correct even more. So for me, the 0.04 cents or 0.004, whatever you want, you call it, is inevitable. We will go there, we will go downwards, and it looks bearish for now. We might even approach the 0.0035. So what I would do if I were you guys, I am seeing my portfolio going down, or maybe I'm not. Some of you guys are in a loss. I know many of us are in a loss. I know right now, but what is the perfect strategy to do right now? The perfect strategy is to wait a bit. But even if you don't want to wait for a long-term run, for the long term, the HOLOCHAIN here around this area is a great buying opportunity for the long term. But I personally would wait for more of a correction. I always want to be honest with you guys. And of course, I am seeing right now HOLOCHAIN against USDT going down to 0.0035 or 43. We can hold this area because this was very important area where we had our first major swing high, as you can see here. We had our first major swing high back on 21st February. Then we went down a bit, consolidating, we were getting into a squeeze point here, as you can see, then we went all the way upwards. Okay, so right now what we want to see is we can hold 0.004 because I believe we will be going there. Even if we see a swing high, then we will be going down there. So our first target is this, and then maybe a lower support level. Of course, guys, if you want me daily update, I will do it. For now, we should be patient because right now what we need to see for the Bitcoin is moving against the 20-day EMA line, because as you can see, this yellow line is being a resistance line. You can see here multiple times that we found resistance here, almost here, and we went downwards. When we had this bearish cross, the 20-day EMA is our resistance line. So right now what we need to do instead is to make this line as a support level, then we can actually look forward for a swing high. And if you see on the weekly frame, guys, for Bitcoin, what we are seeing is every time we are falling down, we have higher lows for the RSI. Well, back on 2018, on our first bearish situation when we went down all the way, we were below 30. Then we were going upwards, then the next lower of the lowest before we see the bull run, 9 March 2020, was around 32. So each time we are going up. So eventually I believe that we might go there around 40, guys, 35 before we see an upward situation for Bitcoin. Therefore, in the meantime, we might see a swing high, then going down. Same happened here as 27th January 2020. You can see here we had a low on November 2019, then we went upwards, then we went back down. We might have a swing high, we might not. The important thing is to be patient. For those who bought at the top, guys, better days are coming for sure. You just need to hold your position. If you have some money to spend, you can invest around there, around this area, guys. For me, if personally, I would wait if I were you. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day wherever you are. Stay tuned for many more videos. Bye.